Hello. This is a re-recording of predictions number 9. So in case you watched it and you discovered that it was extremely blurry, we had some problems with our computer driver for the camera and had to fix that. And then we got a new camera. So I think you'll find that our video is going to be much clearer now.
Yes, you may not understand it anymore, but at least it'll be clearer.
So this is a redo, and if you hadn't seen the first one, that's fine, because you're getting to see the better one. So we are going to share our screen, and meditation that was received. These predictions were received back in March and April of 2007. And so some of these things have come to pass, and others have not yet. We're going to cover why, or what was predicted, and what our interpretation is. These are the exact wordings that are written here on our PowerPoint.
Okay, why don't I explain the whole frame right there, and then you can add on to it.
Okay, and then we'll discuss what you can do to prepare and why it's happening too. That's important.
So quietness will last a short time, and we're not sure exactly how long a short time is. The same as we're told that something will happen soon. Well, soon could be up to 5 years. So we're going, or more.
It's relative to how the universe sees things on a larger scale.
So many will sigh under their breath as everything seems to be normal to them. And then do not be deceived. It is only taking a rest.
And then soon the fierceness will begin. Many will be caught off guard.
Many warnings.
But there will be many warnings.
And the warnings are environment around us. When you look up in the sky and you see certain things happening, and you go on a scientific site and they say certain things are happening, and you see the environment around you, the animals, they tell you certain things are happening. These are warnings.
Watch your environment. Watch what's going on with the earthquake and the volcanic activity, because that's going to be an indicator also.
Yeah. And you say, why is the ducks flying different direction? Why are the animals slowly leaving Yellowstone? All these different things are pointing to what the warnings may be.
And we can choose to search that information out, or we can choose to ignore it. That's personal choice. Yeah. And so why are these things happening? Why are they predicted? Well, we need a recorrection and a rebalancing of the earth. So for earth events, it's a rebalancing.
Yeah. So in my meditation, I was seeing a change in the atmosphere over the earth. That's high up in the ionosphere. And like layers of being compressed, putting pressure on the earth, which will increase volcanic eruptions, North America, Yellowstone, around the world, the pressure. And I hate to say it, but many will be gone at this time. They will perish, and many will cry in sorrow, and many will grieve. But man has brought many of this on himself.
I think, too, we have to think about our role in this. Now, some of it is completely out of our control, but a lot of it is. And I have to wonder about how we handle certain things, such as our water storage, making these huge reservoirs, and the weight, the shifting of weight when we do it, the weight of the water, how we are drawing water out of one area of the earth, say in a deep well, for our water consumption, but yet in our sewer systems, we're sending that same water after we've used it down a river and out to the ocean, and we're displacing the natural balance of the water table in our area.
Well, when man makes these huge reservoirs in China, remember, water weighs 8.3, to put it in the simple terms, 8.3 pounds per gallon. And when you put billions and billions of gallons, the weight distribution is way off.
It shifts the weight of the sphere. Those are just simple things to contemplate. But we do a lot of things to our Earth that are not in balance. And one of those other things is our consumption of uranium. And we were told that uranium is
important to the Earth.
Is important to the Earth. It forms structural pillars of energy within the Earth. So when we mine uranium, we are stripping out that energy source of the Earth and drastically changing the balance within the Earth.
Yeah.
And so, proponents of nuclear energy say it's clean energy. I would beg to differ with that, because you can just take a look at what Fukushima has done in recent times.
Chernobyl going back. Our lifetime.
Right. You're talking about this energy emits radiation, and it has a half-life. That means, it decreases by half its strength in 25,000 years.
So that means man can no longer live in these particular areas
without severe. Right. It affects the entire environment and in a severe way to our health. So we need to think about how we have to change in our thinking, and through that, change in our behaviors.
Yeah.
So now, moving on, we're being told that man has turned away from God, and we've become a very secular society, which is very worldly. We're into, our own pleasures, materialistic and otherwise, and we've turned our hearts away from the Creator. And a lot of these events are going to bring us back to the Creator and what is important.
Well, man really believes in nothing except self-gratification. Outside of that, man believes nothing. The church will gain hold in a deceitful way. Well, just recently, in this February, the Catholic Church and the imam, the worldly imam, signed a declaration of basically independence declaration of
it's a
they'll join together in the
following
resolution to what's been going on for
recognition
years.
Of each other's belief systems.
And that's the past war between the Catholics and the Muslims that happened.
It may not be deceitful, but it is a new step, I believe, in trying to bring peace between two differing religious sects. So only time will tell what direction that will
I don't call
really
it
be taking.
Yeah, I don't call it deceitful. I call that a form of unity. Hopefully, it'll hold.
Okay. And so, again, we're not sure how this will play out, the church gaining hold in a deceitful way. They have tended to like the hell and damnation, and it seems to work quite well, but time will tell.
Yeah. So a new understanding, perplexing discoveries, repeat, perplexing discoveries, man confused. So, circumference of understanding is a perplexing undertaking. Be prepared. What does that mean?
Well, there's going to be some interesting things that man will discover that is going to significantly change the way he looks at things. It's probably going to be a period of time of great reflection, because what we have been believing the spiritual guides are telling us that our perceptions are off. And so this is going to help align our perception with reality. And so, but it's a process. It takes some time to assimilate these new understandings.
So a new enlightenment, well, it's an enlightenment that will be achieved to a degree of upwardness. Now, not all of mankind will achieve this.
Yes,
I repeat, not all of mankind will achieve this.
So each person individually is on their own path to eventual enlightenment. And that comes in stages, and those stages come in steps. So some here on Earth just simply aren't ready for the new cycle and where we are going in our level of learning, which is a big step up. So that's what that is.
So how big are we? Well, we're a smart. We're a small part of the whole. Negativism will not be tolerated. It will be dealt with by outsiders, that's outside this earth, directing the change.
And so there's a good number of people who believe that there's going to be help from outside coming in. So these outsiders are not coming in before all this turmoil comes to a culmination.
Yeah. So
we have to go through a lot of hardship to bring our level of understanding to a certain movement forward in order for us to be able to enter this new cycle of higher understanding. And that is also our ability to accept the truth as the universe sees the truth. And so we are not going to be saved from the earth changes and the chaos to come. And so this is another reason why we always encourage people to start stocking up on food, having a way of getting clean water and supplies, those sort of things, your medications.
And this is not requiring more than you already do in case of a hurricane, getting ready for a tornado, getting ready for earthquake. You know, all these things you have to, that we're suggesting you must get, is part of the things that are happening around you. You should have these things anyhow. No matter if this universal change doesn't happen, you still have to prepare yourself for things that happen normally here on Earth.
Yeah, it's just prudent, and they won't go to waste. Yeah. Let's face it. You know, the only thing is one mistake that I made in stocking up on food is not rotating it. That is something that you really need to address. You know, put your dating on your food items and rotate it. Use up the older stuff first. Otherwise, you'll be like me, having to throw out a lot of stuff and start over. Which is a waste of money, and that's unnecessary. So do rotate your foods, and also seeds. We're being told seeds are going to be worth more than gold in the future. So that's going to be very important that you have a way of providing your own food.
Yeah.
So we reflect on the whole in that if we are lacking in understanding and certainly we're not aligned to truth, then that kind of drags down the whole. And so all of this change is designed to bring us up to a level of understanding where we're not bringing the mass consciousness down in our universe, but rather we are bringing ourselves up to a level of understanding that the universe has. at least in part, so that we can add to it in a positive way instead of pulling the rest of the universe down.
Prepare yourself to what's coming. It's coming soon. That I can pretty much say. And know where to get water. Get a filter that can filter out the particles of the water. Grow your own food. Know how to get seed, and get at least 3 months supply of food in your home or wherever until you can get things going in your garden, etc. That's all I can say.
And if you've never gardened before, it would be a good idea to just start playing with it so that you can do some experimentation and you get the errors out of the way so that when you really need the food, you know what you're doing.
Okay.
And the other thing I would suggest is for people who live in cold climates that you really need to have a heat source that is not dependent on electricity or gasoline, because we're also being told that that may be disrupted.
Yes, it's gas, natural gas.
Gas, yes. Natural gas, propane, that with all this earthquake activity that we may have some of these pipes in the delivery systems breaking, and it may be quite a while before it all comes online. Also, the sun is very active, and it's very possible that we may have some sort of a solar event in the form of a CME, or
that's more likely than anything else.
Yeah, the other thing out of that is that an EMP pulse in the form of warfare would also knock out our electrical grid. So
you can get EMP from the sun or from a
nuclear bomb being set off in the atmosphere.
Yeah, so with that, we don't know where any of this is going. It's all up to different governments in the world, and half the time we don't know what they're doing.
So getting back to heating your home, recommend a fireplace minimum, but really to be efficient, if you can get a wood-burning stove.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it, or if you can get a hold of a good used one that doesn't leak smoke, like we did. And you don't have your house filling up with billows of smoke.
Okay, that's a whole other story. We're not going to go into that. Anyhow, you got to get these things.
Yeah. So not to stress you out, you will feel much better prepared. You will have much less stress. You will have less fear if you are prepared, we guarantee.
Yeah, with that, we'd like to say have a great week.
Thank you for joining us. And let me switch over here. I just want to, there. I want to exit out by saying, have a good week and peace be with you on your journey. So we're here. Send us your questions if you have any, and you can direct those to our contact us on our website, perdiance.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.